Hello, my name is Kiriath, and it's time once again for a nice little Monday ramble. And today, I deliberately didn't turn my camera on because I've got a massive project coming in. I've got something that I'm hugely excited for. I genuinely can't wait to actually show you what it actually is. That's a lot of the use of the word actually, but it's fine. That's how excited I am. I can barely speak. But I've got this big Soulblight Gravelords thing that's going to happen, and videos for it are going to go on this channel, not the second channel. I'm going to do a video explaining what's happening with that later on in the week, but yeah, there's a really big, awesome thing coming that's also kind of like a time-sensitive thing in a way. So there's no camera because I'm preparing the space. I am organising the office. I'm chucking away. I'm not chucking away. I'm putting into storage some unfinished projects and some unfinished models and just generally making some space. And as such, this room is the actual worst right now because I'm in the it's got more messy before it gets more tidy stage. And for a start, there's sprues everywhere. It's the actual worst. So let's just go straight into it with that tiny, not at all helpful announcement. I'll be able to talk about it more soon, okay? It's fine. Just trust me. I can't wait. So what have we got? What have we got for the Sunday preview for the 20th of June? Well, interestingly, they mention Dominion. Now, I expected Dominion to sell out pretty much straight away, and it hasn't. There's actually still quite a few in stock pretty much everywhere, which is surprising to me. I will say that one of the reasons it's surprising is that this box has done really well, like for my affiliate link. I can't see what people order, but because there's a 5% commission rate, you find out kind of roughly how much people have spent. And to be honest, this has done pretty well through that. So I kind of assumed that it was massively popular, that it was going to run out pretty quick, but that's not the case. And in fact, they've deliberately put into this article the fact that Dominion is available now, and if you order it from GamesWorkshop.com, you'll also get a set of 6 Metal Coin Malleus command tokens. Now, I assumed that those would also be they'd have vanished at this point, but apparently not. Yeah, you can still get it. If you're on the fence and you thought, I'm not going to try because it's going to have run out, then, I mean, go for it. As I mentioned, there is an affiliate. Look, I don't do that often. And even when I do it, it's usually joking. Just give me this one. So yeah, they're talking about that still being available. So yeah, surprising to me. What else do we actually have though? What do we have in terms of pre-orders? Well, weirdly, not much new necessarily. Instead, we've got old Blood Bowl teams are coming back. So 2 classic Blood Bowl teams are returning, both as made-to-order releases. So there's a High Elf team, and there's also the Vampire Counts team. And I have to say, these have got some proper kind of like nostalgic charm. For some reason, I don't feel like these have aged particularly badly, and I think part of the reason for that is that the Blood Bowl stuff is deliberately kind of comedic. There's kind of exaggeration of certain features, and it's more intentionally kind of more cartoonish and ridiculous than pretty much any of the other ranges. And as such, things like this, they do look obviously a little bit dated, but at the same time, they would not look out of place. And I think it's because of that overall style that Blood Bowl has. It's one of the reasons I love that range. It seems to allow Games Workshop to flex that kind of silliness and daftness, and to get away with doing things with models that are just fun. They're just fun. They might not look like amazingly tough or brutal or grim or anything, but they don't need to because it's Blood Bowl. And yeah, I really like that about that system, and I like that about the models for it. And these look pretty cool. I quite like this team. The Vampire Counts team is actually, I'd suggest, a little bit more serious in a way. There's a lot in the way of like the kind of flared shoulders, the conical helmets there, especially the fact that like they've got the kind of like the wing motif on one side. It's very exaggerated on these guys. It's very stylized, but they still have like the ball and kind of a catching glove on a few of them. So they're like a bit more silly, not like massively daft, but a bit more silly. The Vampire Counts team is actually kind of serious in a way. You don't have that same kind of over the top nature that the High Elf team has got. But I do like the sculpts for this. I really like the detail of the armor that's got the kind of exposed musculature on it. It looks cool. It looks fun. They are just, overall, some pretty fun models, to be honest. It's such a good range, though. It's such a good range. The Blood Bowl stuff is really cool. Even the old stuff, it's just nice. It's good. Now, we also have, for Necromunda, we've got the Water Guild. And I'm so looking forward to this. Like, this is something that I'm going to get. I'm going to get the Water Guild, because I love every single one of these models. Like, for a start, the big man is going to be converted into becoming my my Warforged artificer for D&D. So in a way, really, I'm getting him to mess about with him and change stuff on him. But it's fine. That's allowed. I'm curious as to whether these are going to be Forge World or whether these are plastic, though. In fact, does it say? So, yeah, no, there's nothing down there. Although there is a mention of Warhammer Plus, which we'll talk about in a second. From next week, you'll be able to pre-order a Mercator siphoning delegation. Yeah, there's no telling of whether it's going to be Forge World or just Games Workshop, whether it's resin or plastic. So that's going to be interesting to find out. I assumed it would be resin. I may be wrong. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm still excited though. Look, I mean, every single one of these models is good. Let's just say it right now. They all look great. They all do. The big lad with the massive water tank looks absolutely solid. The other two are so creepy and weird. The guy with the kind of almost like stingray, like manta ray sort of helmet with the weird spike sticking out of his back, just creepy as anything. Even the staff is kind of it's like it's a bit freaky just because of the weird way it's been made. And it looks like waves, but there's also quite a bit of spiky going on. There's just something menacing about both of the smaller lads. I wouldn't say that menacing is necessarily the word for the big lad. He just looks like he's going to punch you. I don't think that's necessarily a menacing thing, more a promise of getting decked. But the other two, they just look creepy and weird, and I love them. I really think they've done such a good job with those. Oh, I'm looking forward to painting these. Oh, it looks so good. So we also have, in terms of information, we have stuff for Warhammer Plus on the way. So I'm really interested for this. So on Wednesday they're going to talk about the Warhammer Plus service. I'm assuming telling us... I mean, it says learn more about the awesome features. I would hope that they just tell us what the features are. I don't want a tease. I don't want a tease of like, you will get the animations, you'll also get this, and there's some more stuff that you'll find out closer to the time. I don't want any of that. I just want to find out what it is, whether it's worth having. That's it, basically. This is one of those things where I don't think that playing coy is the right answer. I don't think that from what I've seen, I don't think the community as a whole is treating Warhammer Plus the same way that they're treating like a new box set or a new army release or like just new physical releases in general. There is a different air to this one. There's a different attitude towards it, where teasing is not the way to go. Telling us exactly what the deal is and how much it is, getting that out of the way, that's the way to go. The vast majority of the feedback I've seen for Warhammer Plus has been, like, just puzzled, bordering on negative. I know mine was actually pretty negative, considering, because I just don't know what they could offer for it, and it needs to have a lot to make it worth it, except I don't know what the price is or what the plan is, which for this kind of service that's not a positive. When it comes to a new box, when it's like, oh, we're going to do this new cool box for you, and here's a tease as to the factions. Okay, factions are cool. I can't wait to see what the models are. When it's like, here's a monthly subscription service, and it's going to have this in, and other stuff, but you don't know how much it is, and you don't know anything about it, that for some reason is different. I think it's because it's an ongoing commitment. It's something that they haven't done before. When you have a new physical product teased for Games Workshop, you know that whether or not you like the model, the chances are it's going to be decent quality. Things like it's going to be well sculpted, it's going to have lots of nice details, the plastic is going to be decent, although if the components are incredibly skinny, they could fall apart. I'm looking at you, the bits of Curse City that I'm currently trying to fix. But like, you know what you're going to get, and you can gauge your excitement off that. This isn't the same as that. This is intangible. This isn't something they've had a proven track record for. If anything, when it comes to previous software, the last thing we had was the Warhammer 40k app, and that was a disaster when it started out. So, no teasing, just get to the point with this one, I think. Now, we don't just have pre-orders, we also have an Underhive informant as well. So, we've got Clovis the Redeemer. That's a cool picture, and that's a cool Ambot. There's going to be a video this week that was basically just singing the praises of the Ambot because it's one of the best kits that Games Workshop makes, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. That'll be fun. So this is Clovis the Redeemer, part of the Redemptionists. It's such a good sketch. What an absolute madman. And there is the model itself. Just as bit as mental as the rest of the Redemptionists, of course. Once again enjoying the absurdly large chainsword that is also a flamer. Can't get enough of that. That is also a significant amount of flame coming out of his head there. I think he's got the biggest flame of all the Redemptionists, which would make sense. I mean, he's a named fella. I do like this model a lot. It looks good. It looks so mad. They are such a good, like, kind of sub-faction. Well, I say sub-faction of the Cawdor. You know what I mean. I like them. I like them a lot. Absolutely solid. I do like the book as well. That's some nice detail on that book. That's good detail on that book. Although don't stand on books, that's disrespectful. I'm not having that. You don't stand on a book. Not acceptable. So yeah, Clovis looks solid. I do like Clovis. And with him is Deacon Malikev. And what the hell? What the hell? So Deacon Malikev is basically got a robotic servitor body, but he's just got his own face attached to it. Is his brain even in there? Is he even in there? I don't know. All I know is that is a lad who has got quite the neck on him, and I like the fact that that's been kept, even though nothing else on his body appears to be flesh in any way. He's fully metallic. The big speaker on the top of him looks great. I really like that. What a weird model. What a weird model. I love it. Also, the fact that he's got the big book on his back, he's like a walking sentient pulpit who turns the page for Clovis whilst also writing down all the stuff that Clovis does. What a concept. What on earth? Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh God, I love him, the ugly little freak. Oh yeah, quality. Once again, quality work from Necromunda. I mean, solid day for Necromunda. And now, I mean, these are going to be out for pre-order next weekend, and we've got this little fella as well. What more could you ask for? Absolutely immense. Is there anything in there that has caught your fancy? Anything you're going to grab? Are you surprised by the fact that Dominion's still in stock, or do you think that makes sense? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like. Don't click it if you don't want to. And now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and carry on tidying this horrendous mess of a room. Wish me luck. I will see you next time.